For topic two, we're going to look at the perimeter of triangles. And remember, the definition of perimeter is just the distance around a figure. If you're dealing with a polygon, it's the distance around the polygon. In order to find the perimeter, you just add up the length of all of the sides of your figure or your polygon, okay? So we have that a triangle with sides A, B, and C will have a perimeter of A plus B plus C. So again, we just add up the three sides, okay? Example two says find the perimeter of each triangle. Include units with each answer. So for part A, we definitely have something that's a little beastly looking. It does have those mixed numbers, but remember we've covered fractions and we've covered mixed numbers. Don't let the fractions panic you at this point, okay? So if we say this is side A, this is side B, this is side C, and it truly does not matter which one you label which. I'm just doing this so we can keep track. Then we would want to add those three sides up. So we would get 3 2/9 plus 5 5/9 plus 7 8/9. Okay, so we can start by adding the whole numbers. So 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. And then we have, luckily, a common denominator for all of the fraction parts to these mixed numbers. So I'm going to add up my fraction parts. I'm going to keep the denominator as just 9. And then my numerator is going to be all of the little numerators we have here. So we're going to get 2 plus 5 plus 8. So let's clean this up just a little bit. So we already have our 15 out front. That was the sum of all of the whole numbers. So the 3 plus the 5 plus the 7, okay? Now we need to clean up our fraction. And so the fraction that we have is 2 plus 5, which is 7, and then 7 plus 8 is 15. So we get 15 and 15/9. And your little spidey sense should be humming right now. You should be like, ooh, that feels weird. It should feel weird because with a mixed number, we have to have a whole number and then a proper fraction. So this mixed number has to be fixed because our fraction is not proper. So let's think of this instead. I'm going to kind of scoot down here as 15 plus 15/9. Let's rewrite 15/9 as a mixed number, and then we can add that mixed number to our original whole number, okay? So this is going to equal 15 plus, well, 15/9, how many times would 9 go into 15? It would go in one full time, okay? And then once I take the 9 out of the 15, what would be left? Well, I would have 6 left over. So 15/9 is really the same as 1 and 6/9. Okay. And then 1 and 6/9 I can like really easily add to the 15. So I just want to add my 15 and my 1. I get 16 and 6/9. And you always want to reduce your answers. So 6 and 9, they're divisible by 3. So I want to divide these by 3. So I get 16 and 2/3, and we want to make sure we include a unit. We're talking about meters here. So we get 16 and 2/3 meters, and that would be our final answer. Now, another way you could go about doing this is you could convert all of these to improper fractions and then add your numerators and then simplify it and rewrite it back as a mixed number. Generally, if you start with mixed numbers, you want your final answer to be a mixed number. So you could certainly do that. I think that way is a little bit more work, but whichever one you're comfortable with is fine. Okay, for part B, we have an equilateral triangle here, and I know it's an equilateral triangle because the length of all three sides is exactly the same. So we could certainly label these like side A, side B, and side C. And we could say that the perimeter is going to be A plus B plus C. But because A plus B plus C are all the same value, we could also say this is just 3 times whatever the side is because the sides are all the same. So the perimeter is going to be 3 times 20 or 20 plus 20 plus 20. So the perimeter is going to be 60 and the unit is meters, so we get 60 meters. Okay, so this was a good reminder of addition with mixed numbers for sure, and then just some really basic. Part B was pretty easy. Okay, so that is perimeter of a triangle. Be on the lookout for decimals, fractions, mixed numbers. I'm going to try to throw some of that stuff at you all just as a reminder of how to do all that stuff from those previous chapters.